All right, hello, hello, hello. This is your Dread Crypto channel coming at you. It's July 7th, 2022. Markets were getting a bounce. As we can tell, the stock market's bouncing, so therefore Bitcoin is also bouncing along with that, and the tech stocks, and along with Bitcoin, the altcoins are also bouncing. So it's a good day. It's a good indication that we're going to be getting that bounce that I was talking about. Um, I was talking about this double bottom W formation that we were getting, and it's looking like it's going to confirm. We're getting some good buying volume, green volume, and this is on the Coinbase chart. Um, and they're calling it also the Adam and Eve. Get this kind of a sharp bottom, and then a rollover, then a scoop on up. Kind of a double bottom formation. That's called the Adam and Eve. Um, and we actually had a smaller Adam and Eve right here, but that was the bearish version of that, and that already met that target. So I believe that's it for that for now. Now, short term, 4 hours over exhausted. It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit oversold. So it could stay oversold for a little longer. Like if we can get some more buying volume, that would be great. Get a little more price action going up, or just go sideways and down a little bit. That would be okay too. But the 4 hour will need to recharge at some point here. And the daily, I believe, is also. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily's getting up there. So it's looking a little bit iffy. Hopefully we can reclaim these levels. We just need to get a little more buying pressure in here, and we'll be okay. There's a lot. So basically, the first time ever. This is the first time that there's been this much crypto locked up due to these exchanges defaulting and freezing withdrawals. Everyone's gotten really scared, so they're putting their crypto on their personal wallets, which is a great thing. I recommend like Exodus, um, the Ledger, Atomic Wallet. I use Kyber Network, Kyber Crystal. That's Ethereum based. Crypto.com has a DeFi wallet as well. But being safe right now is the best thing. I had some money on Voyager. I'm still dealing with that. I imagine they're going to get bought out. Celsius, I had money there. Not sure what's going on there. They seem to be paying off their debt, so I'm kind of optimistic and hopeful. I really hope that they make it. I loved Alex Mashinsky. I really believed in him, but believe in him like I do Charles Hoskinson. But it's just very concerning everything going on right now. So hopefully we can get a bullish retest on up. I mean, I think the minimal level we'll probably see is anywhere between 25K, this wick right here, and the 28 to 30K level. It's very likely we'll try to retest that. That's also where the 21-week moving average is, and we just broke the 21-day, which it's short. That's short-term bullish, but the 21-week, which we most likely will come to test. It's pretty far up. It's pretty far up there, but that's sitting at 32K. So by the time, let's say we come on up for the next month or so, it's a good chance that I'll be around 30K. We come up, kiss it, come back down. We may even come down as far as 20K. There's a decent chance that this will just be a bounce and we come back down to this level, consolidate more. But there's also the chance that this was it, and we start to V-shape up. I mean, Bitcoin can do some crazy things. When you look at these weekly charts, I mean, look, that's a pretty strong bounce right there, and that's kind of reminiscent of the 2018, 2019 bounce that got us. Let's see what that did. If you look at this, yeah, that's this area. I mean, it's very possible that we start seeing price action to this level. So this is one. I've been thinking about this, and luckily I have enough energy today to be able to. I've been working so much lately that I haven't been able to focus on charts, and I really want to take advantage of this price action and build the channel. And if you're watching, smash the like, leave a comment, just anything to kind of help the algorithm on YouTube. much appreciated. I want to do what I can to get better content out there, and we'll see what happens. But all right, so the 30K, the 28 to 30 to 32K level is very similar in price action to the 2017 bull market's 6K level. We consolidated in here. Everyone thought we were bullish. I thought we were bullish here as well. I mean, I was really thinking the late thing, cycle theory was in play. And it is in play. I mean, Bitcoin's going to keep going up over time. It's going to replace gold. It's better than gold on so many levels. Peter Schiff can't even, he's the big gold bug. He can't even access his funds in Puerto Rico. So Bitcoin is going to replace gold, assuming that our power grids stay afloat. I mean, I'm a bit of a doomsday prepper at some point, but we have to understand that we live in a digital age and we're moving forward as a race towards probably the singularity. But first, we'll probably get to Mars. But anyway, it's a digital world. We need to just plan for the digital world and the future of that. Things change. Okay, cool. I think that'd be more fun, to be honest with you. But for now, we got to deal with what we got. So we had our bull market. We're no longer in a bull market. We are in a bear market consolidation. We're probably going to be like that until the end of this year, maybe into the next year some. I'm kind of thinking the end of this year, 2023, we're going to be somewhat bullish. But it's speculation right now. We don't know. But so like I was saying, the 6K level that all this price action was sitting on is very similar to the 28 to 32K level. It's just this whole area. If I can get this thing to work, that would be great. Okay. Bear with me. But yeah, that level. That level is very similar to this level. And my projection right now, I basically want us to do a quick little test on price action, like the percentage values, price action, or what happened when we broke that level. All right, when we broke this level, let's see how far down we went. We went down about 50%, 40 to 50%, okay? Fair. All right. Well, we did it again here. It wasn't quite 50, but 40, about 40%. Okay. Well, the market is supposedly maturing, and we did not get the crazy bull run that we got back in 2017. We didn't get near that. We had a double top pattern, and a lot of people are also calling this as somewhat of a expanded flat correction. Now, that could be very much true, especially if we come up and reclaim this 30K level and consolidate back forward. And then in that way, we still had a bear market 4-year cycle, like a lot of people are saying, but we also are going to have an expanded, longer cycle long term. I think that's very likely. But until things happen, I mean, I can only assume that we're going to bounce around in this area for a little longer and eventually rise on up. It just depends on what the Fed does. Do stocks rally? Do we go into a recession? Do they print more money? Do they have to print more money to keep people from rioting in the streets, which is very... I mean, they might have to inflate the dollar to the... I mean, they might have to completely retract if they don't want some kind of, like, riots on the street again. Even though we have riots on the street, but they don't, like, real riots in the streets. So, it's just interesting. I mean, I'm getting raises at work, and I'm not saying I'm not changing my living conditions. In fact, I'm trying to save more, but I can't save more because of the inflation. It's just interesting times. But to go back to history, which is the best way to look at Bitcoin. Let's see, price range. So say we're at this kind of a bottom. Say we've made some kind of a bottom in the first rise up. We didn't quite come up to the 30K level, but let's say we're here, somewhere in here, and we're coming up. We may have, let's see this. Yeah, 34%, 30 to 40% rise from the current level. And there are a lot of people calling for 10 to 14K, and that would make some sense in some ways. I'm not going to sit around and say that's going to happen. It's just, you just don't know. The best way to kind of approach this is assume, um, just assume that just dollar cost average. That's what I'm doing. Like I mine crypto, and like that's a daily income that I'm hodling, and that to me that's like my dollar cost averaging. And I'm buying here some. I just really want to wait to see what happens with Voyager and Celsius. But yeah, here's the level that we're probably looking at testing, and that brings us to the 26, 27K level. Now, before it stopped there and paused and then kept on going. I don't know if we're going to see that kind of a crazy rise, at least initially. Let's take another look at that. If you want to take the bear market low to where we went to like 14K, which was absolutely insane, and that was a 200% climb. Absolutely insane. But like that's an example of how crazy Bitcoin can be. Like you have to understand that we can consolidate in here just a little bit and all of a sudden have a rise of 200%. So that would take us, sorry, this thing can, come on now, come on. All right. Yeah, so if we can take this and expand it 200% just to show where that would take us, that would take us to 50,000. I mean, it's within the realm of possibility. And even with that 200% increase, we still came back down to this bear market low for another retest because of the global situation at the time in March. So even if we get that giant crazy pump, just realize that we could come back down and retest these levels. Now, if we don't get a crazy pump like that, and say if we go up to 30K, 28 to 30K, and we reject pretty hard, we'll at least be coming back down to the 20K level. But it's just you don't have to expect that we might go down to the 10 to 14K level. There's just no way to know. So, but what you do know is that things are completely oversold, and these are great levels to accumulate. Over a 2 to 3 year period, you're going to do great. Like what we've been given is a gift, and a lot of people are also drawing this sort of falling wedge formation here, and we're about to break out of it. Well, I don't know if we're about to break out of it, but let's see if we can kind of draw what I'm starting to see people draw this. So maybe they're doing it on the non-log. Yeah, they're doing it on the log chart. It's a little bit different, which I use the log chart more so. But as you can see, we've been following this trend line down. Here we go. And if we come up and puncture this 27, 28K level, and say we come back down, bounce again, I mean, we could be looking at 36 to 40K. I think that would be more within the realm of possibility by the end of the year. Or that would put us looking at the chart. Yeah, end of year, November, December, January. That to me that makes a lot of sense, and it also makes sense that they would put money. They would try to organize the stock market to at least rally to some degree for the midterm elections. So there's a lot of politics going on there. There's a lot of inflation. I'm not sure what else to say. I need to do a better job trying to write down, notes and whatnot. Also, like what's interesting, like we were talking about Kramer, and anytime Kramer comes on TV, he says to buy something. Usually, he's calling a top. So you do the opposite of what he says, you're probably going to do well. Like he just said that crypto could go down a lot further. And I would say I would take that as a buy signal. I don't know why. I don't know who pays him to say these things because he's wrong. Just the talking heads on TV, they're sellouts for the most part. I mean, some of them have probably good hearts, but the finance news, for the most part, those guys are paid to say the things they say, and even if they're somewhat in good heart, they're getting their information from other news sources that are getting paid by other people, and like it's just a trickle down effect in finance. Like I get my information from watching crypto shows, just checking charts, really checking real news articles and looking at the price chart. So if a news article comes out and says, "Hey, this company is doing great," well, I'll go and look at the chart. I'm like, okay, well, it's confirmed by that. But sometimes it won't be like, why is this company doing great? The chart doesn't say that. So like getting into technical analysis is a good way of giving yourself some truth. I never thought about that until I just said it. So, kind of reaffirming my beliefs and things. So that's cool. Yeah, but Nasdaq is bouncing. As long as the stock market's doing better, crypto markets will recover. It's just a matter of how long will this last. I would give it at least through July, and maybe we get another correction in August, September, and then they bring it back October, November for the elections, or maybe we just steady on up. And, this has been the worst 6 months in markets. I believe I'm trying to think. I think like a lot of the markets have not been this bad since 1932. I think as a whole, which is insane. So, and this is the worst first quarter performance that Bitcoin has ever had. So, when there's blood in the streets, buy, as Warren Buffett says. So, if you can, do it. One problem right now is that the on ramps are kind of compromised. Coinbase, of course, is safe. I think Crypto.com is safe, but I mean, I was using Voyager to. That was my main on ramp because I really thought that it was smooth, it's good operation. I thought it was great. So it's just kind of a bummer. So I would just say with Coinbase, Crypto.com seems to be fine. So there's all of that. That might be it for me today. We can take a look at the crypto bubbles just to see. I mean, everything is in the green. Aave, I had a bunch of Aave on Voyager, luckily. Can't get that. Link. Matic did real good today. They had that Facebook news. Everything is like just rolling. Even Neo. I got rid of most of my Neo, but I wonder if that has a real future. That's I believe it's a Chinese version of Ethereum. I just wonder. I wonder about that one. If it can survive this whole onslaught, it might be worth stacking. It used to give I guess Neo gas for holding it, and that would be your payment. But I'm not really too sure. I like holding coins that give something back, like Atom, Tezos. What else? Ontology. I'm a big fan of Ontology, but I just want to make sure that it does well. Algorand. Take a look at this. Crypto Fear and Green Index is still extreme fear. I imagine we might be just picking into the fear today. We'll see. Yeah, just my problem is the VPVR support is just begging for it to go down to 10K. I just really don't want to see that happen. I just do not. That would break a lot of structure. It would just be so annoying. We need to form and see how this level is just very heavy support. We need to form our own support in this cycle. Why would we traverse back to a previous cycle's heaviest support? That just makes no sense. It makes more sense to me. Now that was look at the heaviest support was 7, 8, 8,000. It's like to me it makes more sense that our next level of support, maybe we make the 28 to 30K level like that heavy support. I think that would make more sense to me. To come back down there and test that, it kills so much progress that the Bitcoin market has made. So again, I think that all comes down to major markets. If the major markets have a 2008 crisis fall, which a lot of people are calling for, that will happen. That will have a wick down to that without a doubt. So just something to be aware of. The markets just have not matured all that much, not as much as we had all hoped. If we can take a look at the hourly market real quick. See, hourly is also still maxed out. It looks, you know, we could chop around in here. I mean, the main level of resistance. So the age old saying is, you want to make previous resistance into support as a bull, and as a bear, you want to make previous support into resistance. You want to break that support. I'm going to draw it about right in here. And it's more of a box zone. I mean, you can look at, let's say, from there. I mean, you could anywhere in here could be a place where we fall down and we build a new support for another jump off. Now, that's not to say that we don't come down in here and test, but the way it is right now, 4 hours over exhausted, daily is over exhausted, hourly is exhausted. It makes more sense that we maybe come up here, maybe we'll fall back down in here, and maybe into this box, and then jump out. That makes a little more sense to me, but hopefully the momentum continues. What's good is that this green volume is looking good, and it's bigger than everything else. So this will, usually when you get a big spike of volume, whether it be selling volume or green volume, it will carry on until there's a bigger spike in, say, red volume. So if you get a bigger spike of red volume all of a sudden, say here, that might take the price down again. But let me say if we get volume and it's slowly declining, and then all of a sudden there's another green spike, then that will take us even further up. So it's good to look and pay attention at the volume. This is on the Coinbase chart that I've started using on on the TradingView. It's better for looking at volume. I was using the Bitfinex chart, which is good for certain things, but I'm trying to look at graphs that don't already have a bunch of noise, and I like to save my previous price action just to look back at everything. But yeah, that's just a quick rundown. I'm trying to get a little better at my technical analysis, and we'll see what happens. But this looks like it's going to pave the way for July. I think July is going to be pretty bullish, and July I think technically is usually bullish for cryptos, and it was bullish last year. It was a little choppy at the beginning, but I think at the end it was extremely bullish. So maybe we get that good bullish price action. Anyway, that's it. Peace out, and for now, just use Coinbase, I guess. Just be careful on the exchanges, and you buy that stuff, put it on a DEX wallet. All right, peace.